Hey, what's up, Big Nation? This is David Labby with Big Man Fitness coming to you today on June 10th, 2017. It's Saturday. I'm just chilling at the studio. I just got here a little while ago. It's still early in the morning. I've been awake for about an hour. I'm not tired. I'm sore because of yesterday. Yesterday was a really great workout, and then I fasted until dinner. Took my wife out to dinner yesterday. Went to the Longhorn, one of my favorite places to go because it's super keto friendly. um, no, I'm not sponsored by Longhorn. I get asked sometimes, and I'm like, I'm just starting off on YouTube. I'm not really trying to turn this into a monetization channel or anything like that. I'm not sponsored. Like, I'm just trying to give you guys advice. So, I wanted to talk to you guys real quick about going out to eat and making it easier on yourself when you do go out to eat. I don't like that angle. Sorry. As you can see, I'm still waking up. So, guys, when you're going out to eat, being keto friendly is super simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. Don't overcomplicate things. You have your slow carbs, right? You have your protein and your fats. When I go out to eat, I order a protein, I order a vegetable, and then I ask for a fat, right? All I do is I ask to make sure that there's, I pretty much eliminate anything that could potentially have some sort of added sugar or carbs in there. And then I ask for something that I know is least likely to have anything added into it. So, like, I'll skip any of their salad dressings unless I'm having a cheat meal. And then I'll just have Italian dressing because usually the Italian dressing is very minimal for any type of anything that's potentially added. But you can always ask for butter. You can always ask for guacamole. I usually ask for sauteed mushrooms and onions or something like that. For any type of condiments, you just have to be careful. That's all. You have to check the labels, and if you do use something, use it. If you use something that has something added, you don't have to completely deprive yourself. Having a little bit of ketchup or some mayonnaise or something is totally fine. Especially mayonnaise. Mayonnaise usually doesn't have any sugar added. I've only found one mayonnaise that had sugar added, and the other one was Miracle Whip. I stay away from Miracle Whip. I never really liked Miracle Whip anyway. There's like a lot of people that do. I personally hate the stuff. Flavor-wise, it's just gross. To me, to me personally, I'd rather have real Hellmann's organic mayonnaise, which is delicious, absolutely delicious. Go out, you order burgers. If you order burgers, get lettuce get a lettuce wrap, or put it between. Sometimes some places will have large portobello mushrooms. You can make a portobello mushroom burger. Slap it between some vegetables. Just be easy on the tomato, easy on the onions. That's all. You don't have to deprive yourself of those things. I usually stay away from any type of root vegetables, and then I swap out French fries for broccoli or asparagus or some other sautéed vegetable. It doesn't have to be super complicated. Just ask if they have any special sauces that are added to them. If they, and just explain. Don't be a douchebag about it. That's one of the biggest things. Is like, just say, hey, I'm being really conscientious, and tell them that I've told people I've lost 120 pounds. I'm really trying to be very conscientious about my diet, and I'm sorry about any complications. I was wondering if you would be accommodating, and they're like, yeah, God, great job. Like, that's awesome. If you kill them with kindness, they will bend over backwards for you. And then if you leave a pretty decent tip, like 15 to 20%, they love you for it. Why? Because they helped you and you helped them. Be kind. Like, that's all it takes. You don't have to be a jerk about it or anything like that. I've seen people like, I'm on a diet. I can't have that. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to be rude about it. Like, they understand, they're human, they're not dumb, and all you have to do is just so you explain for an extra 15 to 20 seconds, like, I'm on a diet, and I've lost a significant amount of weight. I'm really trying to be conscientious. I wanted to ask you a few questions. That's it. That's what they're there for. That's their job. And they want to help you because they're human beings. And every now and then you will get a waiter or waitress. I mean, it's been very rare. I had one waitress that didn't really understand, but I chalked that up to experience for her, because she didn't. She was new. It seemed like she was new, and also she seemed very flustered. So, and a lot of times, remember, people are human too. They have good days and bad days. So sometimes, just because you're having a bad experience doesn't mean that makes them a bad person or a bad person at their job. They may just be having a bad moment, because I've done great with all my jobs, but that doesn't mean that I've never screwed up and I've never had a bad day with a job or anything like that. That's what getting better is. You make mistakes and you get better. Nobody's perfect, and nobody's perfect 24/7. So anyway, moving past that. Anyway, working on my diet and going to the restaurants, it's a little bit easier now that I have a guideline, and you want to make sure that you go within those guidelines. My guideline is that I don't order anything crazy, and also I immediately drink water as soon as I get there. As soon as I get there, I drink lemon water. Always, whenever I sit down, I drink a glass, and I tell the waitress, hi, just to let you know, I stay hydrated. So I'm probably going to be done with this in a little bit. I'm not asking you to rush to get me another one. I'm just letting you know, if you come back and you see this gone, don't be surprised, and if I could just grab another one with my meal, that would be great. So I drink one with that, and then I drink one with my meal, and sometimes, because usually the glasses there are between 12 to 18 ounces. Usually they're 16-ounce glasses, but then with the ice, ice melts and stuff, but you're usually drinking at least 12 ounces. So I drink at least one of those right when I get there, and then I sip on it as I eat my meal. Helps with the volume, helps keep me full, and if I'm still feeling hungry after I eat my meal, I'll drink another one, because I only buy one meal at a restaurant now. That's my rule. I might buy an appetizer to split with somebody if it's friendly, and you can get keto-friendly stuff. I mean, people eat buffalo wings. People, people eat buffalo wings. People eat, vegetables. I stay away from anything that's breaded. I stay away from anything that has cream sauces. I don't get any cream sauces or anything like that. If I do a sauce, the hardest part about this is sauces. So a few things you want to keep into account is that gravy has flour in it, and it does add up in carbs. It does. So, I mean, one ladle of gravy can have up to, between 5 to 10 grams of carbs, believe it or not, like one full cup. And some people are like, oh, that's preposterous. If you make your own gravy, that's one thing, and some people use almond flour and all that other stuff. Those are that's more fibrous. So but when you're changing it into a flour, when you have almond flour, it does work similarly, but also you still have to be kind of conscientious, because you can overdo on the carbs with that. But get a steak, get chicken breasts, look at what their vegetables are. Most places have asparagus, broccoli, mushrooms, which are very, very keto friendly. Sauteed summer squash and zucchini. I mean, that's one of my personal favorites, and I love it. I do sparingly on onions and stuff, because they can be higher in the carb content. Tomatoes they have a little bit of sugar content, but it's negligible. So you want to take that into account. It's not really that bad. I wouldn't have an entire tomato. You're having one or two slices. it's not going to do anything. Some people, I've been in a few different communities, and like they're very, very strict online, and they're like, oh, tomato's a fruit. And it's like, yeah, it is a fruit, but it's a very high water content vegetable. Water content, it's high in water content and nutritional value. It's not that horrible. I'm not doing tomatoes right now personally because of my diet. I am going to be introducing it in the next couple of weeks. As you guys know, I'm also doing an introductory aspect of my diet. I think I accidentally ate one cherry tomato a few weeks ago. I was eating a salad, and there was cherry tomatoes in there, and I wasn't really paying attention because I had already picked out a whole bunch of other stuff. so it's like, one cherry tomato, not that big of a deal. So, and guys, remember that, like, understand that there's a scale, a gradient scale of being perfect, being absolutely, I like doing this. So being absolutely perfect and, going off the wall binging, right? And then there's this in between. And you have to try and move up the scale as much as possible, right? But understand that, like, if there's a few times that you get pushed back a little bit, that doesn't mean that you're not making any progress. A buddy of mine gave me a call, and he was just like, I don't know how you do this, because him and I were talking about it. I was coaching him through a few things, and he this is different than my other buddy, but we were talking, and they were like, well, I have a sweet tooth, and I'm like, okay, that's fine, like, there's a certain way to get around that with keto, but I recommend, like, can you go at least 4 to 5 weeks without having sugar? And like there is a way around that. There are keto friendly sweets and stuff, with the sugar alcohols. I don't do it because I don't think that it's extremely healthy for you. I think that it's more unnatural, and I would rather have real sugar than not. But when you're in ketosis, some people just don't. They have a really hard time, and focusing on. And I always recommend focusing on one thing at a time. So if I can just ask you to focus on the quality of the food, then that's something else. Anyway, I'm deviating from what I was talking about. So going out to eat, get a burger, get it. You can have cheese. Cheese is fine. So a burger with cheese and mushrooms, and they usually have some sort of garlic, olive oil stuff. You ask that on a bed of vegetables, or eat it like a Salisbury steak, or you can make it just like a burger where you put it in between 2 pieces of lettuce, and you have all your vegetables, you have some mayonnaise on it, totally cool. Just be careful about salad dressings. If you do use them, just use it sparingly. It doesn't have to, you don't have to fully deprive yourself of everything. Just be conscientious of how much that you're taking in, because you definitely don't want to be going completely crazy with a ton of stuff. Because usually when they bring you a ramekin, those little cups, like the little. They're little cups that they bring you full of salad dressing. Those usually have about 3 to 4 ounces in them. It's usually about. It's between 2 to 4. They usually try and keep it around the 2 to 3 range for ounces, but that's equivalent to a few, like 4 or 5 tablespoons, and it's remember usually most salad dressings, a serving is 3 tablespoons or 2 tablespoons. Depending on which salad dressings you get and what their nutritional fact sheet is. So that's negligible. You're probably going to have 1.5 to 2 max portions. There we go. That was the word. Portions of in a ramekin, and that's totally fine. That's negligible. So if there's like 2 grams or 3 grams of sugar, that's 6. If you have that in one meal, you're technically allowed that, 3 times a day. I would not eat that 3 times a day at all. Please don't. That I'm not suggesting that. But if you have that once as one of your meals, it's not gonna kill you. Don't, especially if you're just, especially if I believe in going strict first, being really strict for like a week or 2, and then giving yourself treats and adding things into your diet, so that way it makes it a lot easier, a lot more sustainable. Because if you can go on the scarcity side at the beginning for like the first week, and then the second, it has made my life so much easier just adding things in. Like I was allowed peanut butter this week, so I went out and I bought, and I went through, let's see, each jar was 12 ounces, 16 ounces, 12 ounces. So I went through 2 12-ounce all-natural peanut butter jars, right? Teddy's all-natural peanut butter, the good stuff. And I went through 2 jars. So each of those has 1 gram of carbs per serving, which is 2 tablespoons. And I would have maybe 2 to 3 servings at a time. So that would be equivalent of 2 to 3 grams of carbs for the day. And that's fine. Like that's nothing. You have to understand the scale, the gradient scale of like what you're doing. Anyway, going out to eat, I gave you some tips. You know what? I think I'll write down some of the best tips and make a specific video on this. And I'll see. What do you guys think? Should I make a video for like tips and stuff? I mean, this is kind of like a weight loss vlog, but people are asking me for specific questions and specific like answers. For like, what's the best way to start keto? What should I not do? What should I stay away from? Or how do I get started on this? And if I wrote this all down, I think that it would probably be very beneficial to me, and also to everybody else, to have like a simple guideline, because I know what I did, and I can write down because there's the really easy, there's the lazy keto, which is super easy, and you can start off with that if you want. I like getting into ketosis fast. But anyway, just leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And if you wouldn't mind, hit the like button. It helps out. So if you want to continue with me on my journey, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it. So remember, guys, be informed, stay motivated, live big, who up.